Hey Cheesecake Nation, welcome back to the Toy Box. I'm Super Chudge Funk, and today I am reviewing the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Strafe. I gotta say, I had my doubts about this particular Dinobot. First and foremost, that it's not called Swoop, they call him Strafe. Second of all, he's got two heads in dinosaur mode. Not sure what's up with that, but I gotta say, out of all the deluxe class figures, he's probably my favorite. Just the way that he looks in robot mode is amazing. I don't know, I just think he looks really cool. I like the shades that he's got going on in here, but I'll get into that when we take a closer look at the figure. He stands about 5.5 inches tall. So like the rest of the Dinobots, it's about that same size. I already showed him next to Grimlock in my Grimlock review. But here he is. Here he is, standing next to Scorn. They're about the same size. About the same size. He's a little... I think Slash is the shortest Dinobot at about 5 inches. So there he is. Yeah, you can see he's a little bit shorter. And then he is next to Slag. He's a little bit taller. Maybe like a little teeny bit taller. I don't know. Maybe it's just the whoop. That is doing splits. I refuse to call him Slug. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that angers you, England, but that is what his name is. So not Swoop over here. Take a look at his accessories. Now, he basically has 3 accessories. He has more accessories than any other Dinobot so far. That's just how I've been storing them. He comes with these 2 little swords, and you can actually put these in his hands or on his wings. You can actually put them in a couple different places on his wings. I had them on like the edge of his wings here, lining them up, or you could, I think the directions say to put them like in like the claw area here. So yeah, you can put them right in the claw area there if you really wanted. Or you can stick them in his hands. Well, they're almost like Tonfa, almost. I don't think... you could put them underneath like that, but that looks kind of silly. Or up top, if you really wanted. I don't know why you would, but you can if you want. Set those aside for now. Well, there he goes. And of course he has his crossbow, which I think is a really cool weapon. I really like that weapon. And obviously to fire it... Well, that was a... Let's try that again. Yeah! It looks like something Batman would have with this little front part there for the crosshairs, but I think it looks really cool. I think it's a really cool weapon. Just as like a Transformer weapon in general, I really like it. Got these lines going on here. A little bit of that blue with the black. Looks really nice. I'm not sure if this is exactly how you're supposed to have him, you know, have him with his wings behind him like that, but I think that's just the way it looks cooler. Now the directions say to put the Pteranodon heads. I know these aren't pterodactyls. Technically they don't even look like pteranodons. The crest is much too short, especially with this other little crest here on the beak. It looks more like a Quetzalcoatlus. But it's enough dino nerding for now. Now let me move the camera down a little bit because he is a little bit shorter than Grimlock, so I'm gonna move that just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay. They say to put it the dinosaur heads here. I don't like doing that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense because you wouldn't be able to see. I kind of like to keep him at like the side, you know, when I pose him. So I like to keep his heads up like that. Not to mention, I really like the sculpt on his chest. I think that looks really cool. I really like that. Let's get a nice little close look at him. I really like his paint shading on the wings here. Kind of good, that blue, and it's not even like a straight up chrome or silver look. It's got this weird like blue in it. Gives it like a blue shading. I don't know how well I can pick that up on camera, but compared to the other guys, he's got a like a bluish shading going on with this silver. Check out the wings on the back. Look at that. That looks really cool. I really like how I didn't really mention it on the Grimlock because it didn't have that same. I think it kind of does, but in beast mode they have almost like a skeletal look, which is really cool because, you know, they're dinosaurs and, you know, fossils and all that good shit. But yeah, this Autobot logos are on the wings. It would have been much cooler if they had like what did Grimlock call it in the game? The Lightning Strike Force Coalition, where it's just the Autobot symbol with like lightning bolts in their eyes and like jaggedy mouth or something like that. That looked really cool. That'd be cool if they carried that over into the movie. That game looks really weird. Rise of the Darkspark. I can't wait to play that. It just came out. I have to go pick it up sometime soon. Well, I will definitely play it on the show. His wingspan looks really nice. Alright, let's get into his articulation. Obviously, his wings can fold up into his back. So if you didn't want them folding out to make it look more like he's just kind of standing around, you know, you can fold them up like that. Obviously, the heads can go either in the back or in the front like you want. His arms, they can bend this much. Now, if it wasn't for the wings, you know, these arms could go all over the place, but obviously they're hindered. The wings are also hindered by the heads. So you can't really go too many places with that, unfortunately. The wrist is really weird. I don't know why, especially with this cavity. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a cavity in his arm. It made me think at one point they were going to have the hands flip into the arm during the transformation. Why they didn't do that is beyond me, because I think that's deep enough where the hand would be able to get in there. But just hands on his hips like that, make him look all heroic. And they do have a weird bend to them, just because, I guess, because the transformation, these plug into the wing, so he's got to be able to go into the wing. He does have a bicep swivel. His head, if you really tried, you could probably get his head to go all the way around, but they do go side to side all right. Can't really look up, but due to the transformation, his head goes into his chest cavity, so he can look down a little bit. Let's see, his knee bends that far. You can get a little more out of it, but it doesn't look quite right. Obviously, that's due to the transformation. They go out that far. They go up that far. Obviously, if you move the wings, and the tail can move up a little bit too, so he can kick all the way back like that. And if you don't particularly like how the legs look in dinosaur mode, I'll show you what you can do, because this actually swivels, this waist swivels 360 degrees, kind of, but I'll show you that when I transform him, which I'm going to do right now. So, obviously, start things off. These pterodactyl heads, sorry, Trinodon heads, I'm trying to be, everybody calls them pterodactyls, so I'm just gonna, so just forgive me if I keep saying that. Push those, you gotta make sure these are all the way out in order for that to go back in. And when that's in, you push these until they click a little bit, like you feel it click. Then you swivel these heads around, like so. He's one of the easier ones to transform, far and away. Again, I think that's why he's one of my favorites. But then again, he is a little bit more kibbly, unfortunately. Because of these arms, they just kind of stay out there, unfortunately. And these arms, there's a little hole there, and it pegs into this little black peg on the wings. I can see it. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Now, the directions tell you to just... These are on a swivel, they go all the way around. I don't think I showed that. These flip up in like that. Now, the directions say to just do it like this. But if you want, you can flip this all the way around. You can get it to go the other way. But I'm not going to bother with that. Try it, and if you like it the way it looks, you know, feel free to. Alright, and there is Strafe. Looking pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And the two heads is kind of a weird... Not sure why they did that, but the two heads is just kind of weird. But it still looks cool, don't get me wrong. Let's take a good close look at these heads. Looks really cool. They're all black with these little silver lines going through them, little blue eyes. The jaws can open up all the way like that. I kind of like to have, like when I'm posing him, like to, you know, keep them open at different lengths. The wings, they can, obviously you can have them like in a walking pose, just because that's how pterosaurs, you know, they would walk, they would put their wings in front of them like that. Obviously the tails, they're bent because of how they were in the package. Obviously on the box, they're shown having the tail straight out. You could probably unbend them, hot water or something, I don't know. But yeah, the wings, they have really good range of motion. Like they go almost 360 degrees just because they're at an odd angle. You can't really. If they go pretty, they go all over the place. Yeah. And that's about as far as they go up. That's about as far as they go back. They can go almost all the way far forward. Yeah, that's about as far as they can go down. Now the heads, obviously the heads are one of the, you can kind of like move the heads back and forth like that. They're on a really weird hinge. Like they can swivel, they're on a hinge where they can swivel 360 degrees. They can go in like that due to their transformation. You can make them look pretty much anywhere you want. Yeah. Oh, come on, camera. Focus for me. There we go. Thank you. And I could look at the back here on this figure. The tails look really cool. I love that. I love the paint shading going in. He's one of the few, I think he's like the only Dinobot that we have now that actually has paint shading. I can't think of any, I guess technically Slash has it. I don't think Scorn or Slag has it, but I love the fact that these new Dinobots have this rubbery plastic on them. Obviously Grimlock doesn't, but God, I love it. I just think it looks cool. Obviously, you know, things like that aren't gonna bend or break easily. And God, I just think that's really cool. Take a look at the little Pteranodon toes over here. The toes actually can bend, mostly due to the articulation, but if you wanted transformation, I mean, sorry, make them bend up and down. It'll help them pose, I guess. But yeah, he's probably my favorite deluxe class so far. I want to show you guys some. Usually, because I don't have that much space for these guys, this is how I generally have my Swoop posed. If I can get him. It does take a second, but it can work. I'll zoom out. I like that. I always thought that was fun to get him posed like that. Well, guys, thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Double Fisted Cheesecake if you have not. Please become a member of the Cheesecake Nation today. Look at that. I'm Super Judge Funk. Thanks again for watching the Toy Box. My next review for the Dinobots will be... you know what? I think I'll do Slag next. Yeah, I'll do Slag. Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.